the gift of life and the opportunity to serve our country. We ask that you bless us with your spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to achieve UNOC's mission. May we celebrate each other and our diversity as we boldly steer towards a brighter future. Bless the work of our hands as we contribute to the growth and prosperity of our nation and the benefit of all Ugandans. We pray all this for God and my country. Amen.
Thank you, Joyce. By name, I'm Anthony Simiyu. I'm the Talent Development Officer here at UNOC. I'm excited to be part of today. And Davis, why are we here today?
We're here today to tickle ourselves. To tickle ourselves.
Okay. So, I don't know if I really understand the term tickle, but I know there's something I've read somewhere, which is 10x. As we go through this journey, you'll get to understand why we are here. So I want to invite Ronald Bete to give us the safety moment. Okay, it tells me it's a video. So the media team, you can give us that video. We have the 10x mindset in us, but I'll first give him an opportunity to speak.
Good morning to you all. On this exciting day, the video that is being organized is a video that expresses and communicates what we think about safety, quality, environment, and security, all put together, QHSE. This video was put together through the year, and different leaders, EXCO, and board members contributed to it. And when you see it, it should inspire you. And this video will be put in different places to represent what we think about safety, our commitment to safety, and what we are going to do going forward. Team?
Thank you, Ronald. Before we start, we are still having a technical glitch, but I had
between the two of you, in case they go into small spaces, you'll be able to go after them.
You forgot to mention the aspect of being very stable on the ground when I'm dealing with the thieves. Did I mention that you guys are smart? What happens when technology delays you? Innovate. Okay, we go to the next time. Okay. Okay, we are going to move to the next agenda item as we wait for technology to do us good. And at this time, I want to invite Michael Chanzi, the head of strategy and innovation at UNOC. The floor is yours. You're most welcome. I'm escorting Michael seriously. Looks like it's...
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As they fix the power stuff, we can start off with the agenda. So, good morning, board members and EXCO, colleagues, and invited guests. It's really a pleasure to see you here. Thank you for walking with us the journey through to really see that we become an innovative company. And this is a demonstration of what we stand for, and what we are going to see today is really a semblance of what we've been doing over time. And really thank you, Davis and team. You've been spending sleepless nights trying to organize and transform this entire place. It really looks beautiful. So about the Center of Excellence, I want to just give you back a bit of history. We started this journey in 2019 in the first strategy. And at that time, we were trying to understand what does it mean to be an innovative company. So, as you know, the executive, the staff were really brainstorming, and they said, you know what? Let's have a Center of Excellence. But then that idea was a bit broad and difficult to unpack. And then we said, okay, how do we go about this issue? Remember, we're operating at a very low budget. And at that time, we're having issues about a third. Those who know a third, you know. For every 1,000 shillings, the CFO wanted you to spend 300 shillings. 700 must be saved. So it was quite difficult to bring all these initiatives on the table, including the Center of Excellence. But we said, you know what, we have to continue. We will continue being an innovative company. So first, as you know, the bush people say that if you're in the bush and you have guns, before you think about eating sausages when you take over Kampala, first think of survival. So we thought about survival first. And that's why the whole journey was, how do we do business as a company? So we first put aside some of these very nice rosy ideas and said, let's first survive. Now there's a famous term called the money has now what? Come. And that's why, as you notice, with the money coming, you can see, today we have phenol. Those days, I don't know, Catherine, what were we having some drums, you know, when we are launching. So, but today we have all these nice facilities. And thank you very much, CEO, for sponsoring, pushing us, you know, nudging us to make sure that we go an extra mile. For some of you who have not, or some of you have had the privilege of traveling with the CEO on some of these international engagements, you realize what is at our heart. And what you're seeing today is just a snapshot of what is on our heart. This Center of Excellence today, as you can see a space, is a reflection of what she stands for and what is on her heart, because I've seen her engage top thought leaders in this world to say, how do we enable our young talent in Africa? How do we unlock value in our natural resources? How do we innovate as African countries? How do we create solutions for Africans? And I will tell you that some of the partnerships we've signed are a reflection of the effort she has put in to see that we not only partner with not anyone but top of the breed companies. So I really wish we could at least first appreciate the CEO for the extraordinary work she's done over the years. Thank you very much. So I want to first break it down a little bit. When we started unpacking this journey, we asked ourselves, what should the Center of Excellence stand for? You know, you don't want to just throw money at any idea, but what should it stand for? And I want to start with the national level. The first thing is, some of you have read the Vision 2040, and I'm happy Director Lule is here. I think the vision, yes, the Vision 2040 says that Uganda will be a regional hub for energy innovation and transformation, a regional hub. We are we are in a fortunate space to have potential to unlock value in different forms of energy. From hydro, there is no country in East Africa or even in Africa that has the potential, besides Congo and a bit. But we have quite vast potential in hydro. We see potential in geothermal. Nuclear is coming on board. We have oil and gas, which we are soon celebrating with first oil. When you look at the combination of the energy sources, Uganda is really destined to be the center of research and innovation in the energy space. So that's one reason why we said, let's start off with what's the heartbeat for the country. We are positioned to be a regional hub in energy. The other thing is, when you look at the scale of projects so far that are ongoing, you realize that you don't want just to have projects executed without retaining value for the country. Now, value may be in commercial terms, but you also want to see value in terms of knowledge, sustainable value for the country in terms of how you empower your citizens. So that's one thing we said, can the Center of Excellence be the vehicle to empower and enable our Ugandans, not only Ugandan citizens, but also the companies. So the other thing is, we said, we have this thing called the energy transition. Should we bury ourselves in the sun as eunuch and try to say, no, this is for the West, and we shouldn't do anything? We said, no, I think there's an opportunity through the Center of Excellence to start thinking about the energy transition. Now, that's at a national level. When you come to issues about social issues we are facing today, everywhere you see Ugandans, very talented young Ugandans, who want just an opportunity to even for free, to have a platform where they can share ideas. And I can tell you, if you want to see the testimony, some of us, you know a lady called Nambozo. Nambozo, a staff who is in upstream. Within us, we saw her as a refiner trying to do a graduate training, just doing a few things. Before we know it, we are seeing her announced in a global innovation conference for coming up with a quite unique kit that can reverse degradation or, fruits from getting spoiled. Now, imagine how many Nambozos are in Uganda. How many of these Ugandans do we have that can do amazing things? So we think the Center of Excellence is now the platform to empower and give opportunity to Ugandans that can transform this country. So there's a bit of statistics. You'll see that today we have about 22.8 million Ugandans below 18. Now this is the future workforce. This is the future generation of the country. But how are companies like National Oils or even state companies positioned to heavy lift or to address some of these issues? Should we only pursue commercial objectives, or we should also look at the needs of the country? Now, we are moving into the tenfold growth, and if you look at the theme today, I don't need to say much why it's called 10X. So it's just in time to exhibit how UNOC is going to plug in on that journey to transform Uganda 10 times. Now, at a company level, we asked ourselves another question. Is it enough to address commercial objectives? But then we have the responsibility in the Act to build in-depth capacity. So how are we going to do it? As you notice in your scorecards today, they are quite full with everything, but how else can we try to build in-depth capacity in the country and in the company? So we chose to say that the Center of Excellence can be a vehicle that we can use to build staff capacity, but also capacity for other Ugandans. And we shall be seeing a number of initiatives as we roll over. I'll be walking you through the components of the Center of Excellence. So, going forward, this strategy, and I really want to give you a bit of context. When the board pushed us back on strategy to say, you go and define your purpose, then you come back. I think Director Lule, you remember. I'll tell you that it was not an easy assignment, but certain things come, you just pray and a bit, things just show up. So this one day I walked to CEO and I asked her, but CEO, this purpose, how do we go about it? And through the discussions, and you can really tell that what is on the visionary thinking and what is on her heart. She said, you know what? We iterate, permutate, and then she says, this one, creating value for generations. Everywhere we've gone and where CEO has gone, once that purpose is displayed, everyone says, we've not seen a company in this world that stands for something greater than what its objectives are. But this is powerful. And anyone can attest to that, those who have traveled. So CEO, we thank you very much for defining and giving us a central purpose of why we exist. And I want to say, the Center of Excellence is a vehicle within which we are going to create value for generations. So what are the components of the Center of Excellence? Because today we are celebrating 10X, but it's quite broad. 10X has the 10X, Center of Excellence has the 10X Innovation Hub, and this is the space we are seated at. Thanks to CEO, thanks to Davis and Gideon, who have been trying to see that at least we have a home for the Innovation Hub. As you know, the space we have is not sufficient to accommodate some of these things. The other component we have is training and capacity building. Now, the board and management have been generous to us to give us a good budget to train and build our capacity. But now this is an opportunity to start looking at how do we also build internal capacity tailored knowledge that is fit for our purpose and objectives. So we are going to have the training component. And as you know, some of the national oil companies have even gone ahead and set up universities. So who knows what will happen in future? That's why we are creating value for generations. The other aspect is on research and development, as you know, and still to innovation, still, which is part of the innovation component. The researchers have a term called, if you don't publish, you do what? You perish. So if a company doesn't innovate, be sure you're going to perish. So we are going to have a bit of research and development. What does that mean? We have the opportunity to start creating solutions that will impact the sector. So that's one component that we shall be activating as we go along. And we shall be working with different industry players, educational institutions, and quite global partners, so that we try to see that we create value that will not only increase the pie of the sector and the value we can get from the different opportunities we have. The other thing is looking at the new and future energies. For sure, if you look at the extent to which innovation is happening in the energy space, hydrogen, biofuels, today we have sustainable aviation fuel and it's being regulated. Yeah, thank you. We are going to really see that this is going to enable us to look at future energies. And tomorrow, we never know how UNOC will transform. The other last two components on supporting the technical and vocational institutions, so that then we can see that we can also enable the vocational side of things. And then lastly is to work through partnerships and collaborations. So, with that said, what's the value? And this is my last part of the session. What do we intend to see what's the value once we do all this? The first thing, as you notice, the company has positioned to shift towards becoming an operator. And becoming an operator means we are going to look at building the technological part of it, the technical, but also the human capital side of it. So the Center of Excellence is going to be a vehicle within which we become a competent and a solid operator in the future. The other thing is we're planning in the long term to see that we have reference cases of companies, but individuals who have been impacted by this center. So we shall be tracking indicators on what impact are we creating at a company level, but at a national level. And this is going to be the platform. And the other part of it is to enable collaboration. Today, institutions are working in a silo, but we think this can be an opportunity where we bring industry players to discuss issues about the sector. And this Center of Excellence is going to enable that. The other thing is, the second last is on entrepreneurial capacity. So we see quite a lot of potential in the projects we have, but we see a gap with our local firms. Now, how do we incubate and enable these companies to take advantage of the opportunities in the sector? The last thing is, if you notice, the country is moving from an agrarian economy to a knowledge-based economy. Now, how do you leverage on the Center of Excellence to become a knowledge-based economy? So we believe as a company, we are also aligned to what the country is positioned to do. We are going to build knowledge that will transform this country. So with those, I don't know if there are few, but those remarks, I want to thank you very much for turning up. I want to thank you for the support, and we look forward to your support in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. I think we can be more organized in thanking Michael. 1, 2, 3, we go. Good. I heard him say very serious things. And because of time, I don't want to go back to those details. But I could see him in his remarks was referring to Director Lula, CEO. Please pray for me that in the future I can also refer to the top when I'm giving my remarks. Good. So we can go to our safety moment. The team is ready.
Quality, health, safety, security, and environment is central to how we lead and how we operate here at UNOC. Guided by our core values of safety first, care for the people and the environment, we ensure that every activity from exploration to development, production, refining, transportation, up to final supply of petroleum products is carried out responsibly and in line with regulatory and international standards. This approach allows us to protect our people, the communities, assets, and the environment while operating efficiently and sustainably. By embedding QHSSE into everything we do, we build a strong culture of responsibility and contribute to Uganda's long-term sustainable development.
The board plays a pivotal role in ensuring that UNOC operates safely, responsibly, and sustainably. We provide strategic governance and oversight to protect our people, the environment, the communities where we operate, and the company's assets. Guided by UNOC's purpose, creating value for generations, and the 2024 to 2030 corporate strategy, QHSSE management serves as a key enabler of operational excellence across the petroleum value chain, supporting Uganda's socio-economic transformation.
As a national oil company, we operate in one of the most complex and high-risk industries in the world. We build terminals, processing facilities, pipelines, and move heavy equipment, and manage fuel and energy systems, and every day work in environments where the margin for error is small. That reality demands something very simple and very clear from us: safety. Safety is not a procedure. Safety is a value. A value guides how we think, how we decide, and how we act, even when no one is watching. At UNOC, two of our values are safety first and care for people and the environment. These values in action mean that every person goes home safe, every community around us is respected, and every activity we undertake protects the environment we depend on.
I'm a fleet assistant working under operations department. Safety is part of my everyday work. When I'm on the road, my responsibility is to protect myself, my passengers, and everybody around me. That means driving carefully, following rules, and making sure the vehicle is safe before every journey. I conduct routine checks, respect speed limit, and plan my trips carefully to ensure every journey is safe and reliable. I also take care of the vehicle through proper maintenance and responsible disposal of any waste, because protecting people and the environment matters to all of us.
At Jinja Storage Terminal, safety is central to everything we do. We handle large volumes of fuel every day, so strict procedures and the consistent use of protective equipment help our teams and surrounding communities safe. Located near Lake Victoria, the terminal also carries responsibility for protecting the environment through careful waste management, spill prevention, and environmental controls. We ensure our operations are carried out responsibly. Strong safety and environmental systems are built into how the terminal operates, helping ensure that safety, environmental protection, and operational discipline are part of all our activities.
The QHSE team at UNOC effectively embodies the values of safety first and care for people and environment. The team ensures that all UNOC-controlled projects are executed in strict adherence to the UNOC QHSSE policy, with project-specific initiatives implemented and monitored to safeguard workers from injuries and occupational illnesses. Given that many UNOC projects are in environmentally sensitive areas, environmental management is a key pillar of our commitment to care for people and environment.
UNOC's acquisition and operations of the Kasurubani contract area petroleum exploration license supports its vision for 2030 by enabling the exploration of new petroleum resources to strengthen the company's and the country's petroleum reserves. Now, all upstream activities and projects place very strong emphasis on quality, health, safety, and environment, and with very close collaboration and coordination between stakeholders to ensure safe operations, environmental protection, and asset security. The projects follow strict regulatory compliance, including ensuring that we acquire all the relevant environmental approvals and permits from the relevant authorities. And all this go to reinforce UNOC's commitment to safely, sustainably, and responsibly develop oil and gas resources. So overall, the approach that we use ensures efficient project execution while supporting the long-term sustainable growth of the country.
The Uganda Refinery Holding Company, URHC, leads the development of Kabalega Industrial Park, which includes an international airport, the crude oil export hub, petrochemical industries, and a refinery in which URHC holds up to a 40% interest. These developments support UNOC's mission to responsibly manage Uganda's petroleum resources and contribute to the country's economic and social development. Given the size and complexity of KIP, strong quality, health, safety, security, environment management is applied across all activities, from early construction works to ongoing operations. By integrating QHSSE standards throughout the project, URHC reinforces UNOC's commitment to safety, environmental protection, high operational standards, and sustainable industrial growth.
The National Pipeline Company, NPC, oversees UNOC's downstream supply and trading business, supporting the company's vision and mission. Following UNOC's 2024-2030 strategy, quality, health, safety, security, and environment practices are integrated into all activities to ensure operations are safe, reliable, and responsible. At Jinja Storage Terminal, robust safety procedures and equipment, such as emergency plans, road safety systems, fire pumps, foam systems, band walls, and static controls, help maintain safe and continuous operations. By applying these measures, NPC reinforces UNOC's commitment to safety, operational excellence, environmental protection, and sustainable petroleum operations in Uganda.
Human resources are central to UNOC's ability to operate safely, responsibly, and sustainably. Our value of care for people and environment reflects our commitment to building a healthy, capable, and engaged workforce, because our people are the foundation for delivering UNOC's vision and mission. Safety first is embedded in everyone's responsibility beyond project execution. Through performance objectives and performance plans, safety and environmental responsibility are integrated into our daily work as we deliver results as an organization.
Care for the people and environment is central to who we are. We believe in reaching every Ugandan by engaging openly with communities, partners, and stakeholders, and by communicating clearly how we operate. Through this openness, we build trust and shared understanding around safety and responsibility. It ensures that quality, safety, and environmental care are not just commitments on paper, but values that guide how we work every day.
As the Chief Operating Officer with QHSSE under my docket, I carry personal accountability for this within the organization. I am responsible for ensuring that risks are identified, managed effectively, and controlled across the organization. Nevertheless, safety cannot sit in one department or with one leader. Safety is our shared responsibility. It belongs to our engineers designing our projects, to our drivers moving people and equipment across the country and across the region, to our contractors on site, to the supervisor making decisions under pressure, and to every employee who chooses to speak up when something doesn't look right. The strongest safety system is not a procedure or a policy. It's people. People who care enough to act. My call as the Chief Operating Officer is simple. Take ownership of your safety and those around you. Look out for yourself. Look out for each other. And never walk past a risk. When safety is personal, it is instinctive and incredibly powerful. Let us act together to build an organization that protects lives, earns trust, and creates value for Uganda for generations. See something, say something, do something.
Wow. Can we put our hands together to the media team? You have all heard the voices that have been behind this video. And me trying to add anything more to it would be something I think above my pay grade, surely. They have done justice to it. So, but I made one observation. I would look at our operations there, the terminals. I don't know why I was seeing money, 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 money. Did someone observe that? The high-level operations that we engage in as UNOC. If you're out there, you would basically see that. Thank you. Over to you, Davis.
So, Anthony, I think we need to, innovation is about culture. So we must agree on a culture of appreciation. And we are saying that for today, we are going to appreciate. So the way we'll do the appreciation is we'll do the partial shout out, yeah? Where we will simply do two instead of doing the full. Okay, we'll have a time to do the full. So this time we'll just do a partial so that we continue to create energy. Don't you feel the room is a bit down? Huh?
I see it coming up.
It's coming
You know,
up.
when you have content, usually people go silent.
It could be because they are feeling safe.
Very safe.
Yeah, when people feel safe, they are silent. Yeah. Okay. So let us get people to appreciate the video that we've just seen. You know our clap, but we'll just stop at round 2. Okay? Great.
I trust you're leading us.
Okay, we go. We agreed to stop at round 2 for the instructions. Innovators are agile. They always change as per the situations. Okay?
Davis, do you know why they went beyond that? The feeling is they're expecting more. That's why they clapped more. Okay?
Amazing.
So at this point, allow me invite our Chief Operating Officer to take us through the UNOC ISO story. Most welcome.
Yeah, we'll use this one. Good morning, all. I trust you're able to hear me, and I think it worked out well that I'm speaking right after that formidable video. And I want to extend my thanks to members of EXCO and the board present who participated in it, as well as the staff. So my role here today is brief. I'm going to take you through our ISO certification journey and resulting in the award of certificates officially to the CEO and the board director present here today. So good morning, Director Dr. Ivan Lule, our Chief Executive Officer, Proscovia Nabanja, and my colleagues in the Executive Committee of UNOC, as well as our entire UNOC staff, not all present here, but watching, I hope, on the live stream. It is my honor, on behalf of the Executive Committee and the entire UNOC team, to address you on a proud and important day in the history of our company. Today, we formally celebrate the award of 3 International Management System certifications to the Uganda National Oil Company. ISO 9001 for quality management, ISO 14001 for environmental management, and ISO 45001 for occupational health and safety management. This recognition follows a rigorous independent assessment by LMS Certification Services Limited and confirms that UNOC systems meet globally benchmarked standards. This milestone has not come by accident. UNOC was established under the Petroleum Exploration, Development and Production Act of 2013 to manage the government of Uganda's commercial interests across the petroleum value chain, upstream, midstream, and downstream. Last year, we marked 10 years since this company was founded. This year, as we achieve first oil, we mark another important step: independent verification and certification that our systems behind our work meet the standards expected of a national oil company. Let me speak plainly about what these 3 certifications mean, because they are not decorations for our boardroom. ISO 9001 means that when we serve our customers, partners, contractors, and the government of Uganda, we do so through consistent, traceable, and documented processes to ensure quality service. ISO 14001 means that as we operate in environmentally sensitive areas, we do so in a structured and auditable system for identifying, controlling, and reducing environmental risks, in line with our commitments to this great nation and to our project host communities. ISO 45001 means that every worker, contractor, and visitor who steps onto a UNOC site is covered by a management system designed to protect human life. In our industry, safety is not optional. It is the basic promise we owe each other and our communities. Taking these 3 certifications together says something important about UNOC and about our country. As our country prepares to take its rightful place among oil-producing nations, our stakeholders will not only look at what we produce, but how we produce it. Do we produce it responsibly? Today, we answer that with evidence. We invited independent auditors to test our systems against international benchmarks, and we passed. This achievement belongs to many people. To our board of directors, our CEO, and EXCO, I thank you for your leadership, resources, and insistence that UNOC be built on standards, not shortcuts.
Planted in that very first sentence never left us. If anything, it is more alive today than ever before. In those days, this company was building something at once: systems, governance, a workforce, stepping into oil and gas, and into a large company for the very first time. I could see early how much still needed to be put in place before we could even think about innovation on top of it. In that season, innovation was not yet a habit. It was still an instruction sitting quietly in our vision statement, waiting for us to have room to live it out. So we started small. We introduced what we called an innovation moment, a few minutes at the start of every meeting where everyone could raise an idea, a frustration, a half-formed thought about something we could do better. It felt almost too small to matter at that time, but I'll be honest that some days I actually wondered if it was anything more than a nice ritual, but it never died. Walk into UNOC meetings today, 11 years after, and that innovation moment is still on our agenda. And I thought you'd clap for that. So from there, we grew a little bolder. We introduced innovation challenges, open invitations for staff to bring us their ideas, not to be filed away or thanked for, but to be built. Staff brought us ideas and we implemented them. Something shifted after that. Staff stopped seeing their roles as only working for UNOC, but started seeing as major contributors to shaping it. Then came the famous peak. We made it deliberate this time, not just instinct, promoting productivity, enhancing, advancing products and services, and kindling staff engagements. Peak was not a slogan on the wall. It gave structure and language to habits we had already begun to build. Out of Peak came the famous Peak Fridays, which we saw in the video. Full Fridays when the entire organization, every department, came together in one place to brainstorm what we wanted to improve and what to build next. I remember watching the quality of those conversations changing over the years. In the early Peak Fridays, the ideas were careful, practical, and safe. By the time we sat down to set the big, hairy, audacious goals, the room had changed. The ideas were no longer careful. Staff were describing a future for UNOC out loud in front of each other and daring one another to chase it. What stays with me most about this innovation journey is not any single number, absolutely not. It is what I remember happening in our building at UNOC on ordinary nights, and I remember having sat in brainstorming sessions that ran past 10 o'clock in the night, watching teams refuse to leave a problem unsolved simply because the clock said it was time to go home. So staff, I truly appreciate that commitment. And that is exactly what happened the day we decided not to buy a software, I remember in the upstream, that could have costed the company billions of shillings. The team closest to the problem looked at what was on offer, looked at what they could build themselves, and made that call on their own. They built it, and the money stayed with UNOC to be put to other productive use. So upstream team, thank you for that initiative. And I remember Michael talked about a third. Actually, he got it wrong. A third was what was being given for us to use, and it was a major contributor for us to innovate so that we manage our operations within the limitations we had. So that same instinct, staff trusting their own judgment over the easier, more expensive default, is what eventually gave management something it had not always had: data. It could actually see decisions made on evidence instead of instincts. None of that happens because the CEO writes a memo asking for it, absolutely not. It happens because a culture that we've built allows it to, and our UNOC culture does. It has fostered innovation. Again, this is where we clap. Several of the innovations you're about morning were born in a room almost exactly like this one. A problem no one assigned, but a team that took the initiative to own it anyway. So the room is what that work has produced, this room. Every moment shared in a meeting, every idea we chose to build instead of filing it away, every Peak Friday, every audacious goal that stopped being a slide deck and became a target, all led us here to this room today, this morning. None of it happened overnight, and none of it happened by accident. It was intentionality and a contribution by each and every one of you. So we are not changing direction today. We are simply giving the work a home and picking up the pace inside this home. The same path our founders set for us 11 years ago, we are now running in a room finally built to match the ambition. And I want to make a reflection on some of the missions that have been on across the globe. ADNOC, I think for those who have attended the Abu Dhabi exhibition in Abu Dhabi every November, every year, there is a showcase that they do that exhibits the fantastic innovations that ADNOC does. Move to Schlumberger. For those of you who have attended the SIS forums, Schlumberger does the same. Baker, for those of you who've traveled with me to Dubai, to their research center or training center, you've seen the fantastic work that they do. Go to Petronas, Instep Wing. They're doing fantastic work. We can't remain behind. We are a national oil company with big ambitions, with big obligations, builds for generations to come. Delivering for generations to come. Create value for our nation. So we can't sit. We have to innovate. We are the reason or the company the government has entrusted to build that pipeline of talent. We can't leave it to the international oil companies. We have to put our best foot forward. So some of the commitments that I did, and this is to the chairperson, when I took over this role, there were 3 key things that the board, I committed to the board to deliver. And extractives, that was 1. We delivered. Alliance for Climate Resilience, we delivered. Then the Center of Excellence, we have delivered. The only thing is automation, which I know we will deliver. So we are an ambitious company. When we say we'll do something, trust me, I do believe our staff are capable of doing that. So I want to thank everyone. This is just a start of a journey, and we are yet to deliver more. And it's been a collective effort. I sincerely want to thank each and every one of you who has contributed to this achievement. And I believe we still have a road to trek, and we will. So at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite our chairperson, Board of Directors, to deliver his remarks. Director Ivan.
Thank you very much, CEO. The Chief Executive Officer of UNOC, members of EXCO, the staff, and all those that were invited. A very good morning to you all. The MC has made my day. He gave us a new way of introducing ourselves. So since I like titles, I can't miss the opportunity to reintroduce myself as well. So my name is Ivan Lule, a director at UNOC, an ISO certified company with an innovation hub. I love that. Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be part of you today as we celebrate the achievement of the ISO certification, as well as the launch of the Innovation Hub. This is a momentous occasion, and I believe deep down in my heart that later in the years to come, this will be a landmark in terms of our history. What we do is not something that is ordinary, where we think of a space, like in the oil and gas industry, where we dare to innovate. You want to believe that this space is fully defined. I bring you greetings from my chairperson, Mr. Matthias Katamba, who would have loved to be here, but is not able. I want to believe he's following online. So I will make sure that I follow his script as close as possible, such that I don't miss out his important message that he gave to us. But because he delegated me, I felt that he felt that I'm the right person to promote innovations. And I'm excited to be part of this process. All industries that survive are able to survive if the full ecosystem is defined. The ecosystem around the innovations, around the technology transfer, that enable us to sustainably develop the industry. So this is the right direction that we need to take. We're not stepping in somebody's space, but it's actually our space. With those short remarks, allow me move into the remarks that the chairperson passed on to me to deliver on this occasion. It's a great honor and privilege to stand before you today as we mark a defining milestone in the journey with the launch of the UNOC 10X Innovation Hub. Today is more than a ceremonial occasion. It is a declaration of intent. This day signals UNOC's commitment to shape the future of Uganda's energy sector through innovation, collaboration, and forward-thinking solutions. As we all know, the global energy landscape is evolving rapidly. The challenges we face from energy security to sustainability, from operational efficiency to digital transformation, require not only resilience, but creativity and ingenuity. No organization can remain relevant without embracing innovation as a core pillar of its strategy. The establishment of the UNOC 10X Innovation Hub is therefore both timely and strategic. I would like to congratulate UNOC on attaining the ISO certification. This achievement is a clear testament to the company's commitment to operational excellence, strong quality management systems, regulatory compliance, and a culture of continuous improvement. The establishment, thank you very much. The establishment of this innovation hub further reflects a bold vision for transformation. It provides a platform to harness ideas, nurture talent, and accelerate solutions that will strengthen Uganda's oil and gas sector. It is a space where bright minds will collaborate across disciplines, emerging technologies will be explored and piloted, and bold ideas will be translated into practical, impactful solutions. As a board, we recognize that innovation is not an isolated event. It is a continuous journey. It requires an environment that encourages experimentation, supports learning, and embraces calculated risk. At the heart of this initiative are people, our staff, partners, stakeholders, and the next generation of Ugandan innovators. This hub will not only encourage internal innovation among UNOC staff, but it will also provide a platform for collaboration with academia and various industry players, support capacity building, knowledge transfer, and foster partnerships that extend beyond our borders. Before all this came up, I had a chance to interact with the CEO and try to find a way of how I could throw my tentacles into the innovation hub. I have not yet succeeded, but I'm going to come back again now that I know that it is alive. I'm very mindful of conflict of interest. As a board, we are particularly excited about the opportunities that creates for the innovators who will now have a space to contribute directly to national development. The board is fully committed to support this initiative as UNOC champions culture that recognizes and rewards creativity and aligns innovation efforts within our long-term strategic goals. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to management, our partners and stakeholders who have supported this initiative, and all the teams whose dedication has made today possible. Your commitment has laid the foundation for what I believe will become a cornerstone of UNOC's future success. Ladies and gentlemen, the launch of the UNOC Innovation Hub marks the beginning of an exciting new chapter. It is a call to action, to think differently, to act boldly, and to innovate relentlessly. Let us seize this opportunity to position UNOC as a leader not only in oil and gas, but innovation-driven energy solution. Congratulations, UNOC, for God and my country. I thank you.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Davis, first come back here and we do this appreciation. I don't want to make a mistake when we are busy moving forward. Okay?
You know, for this particular one, it is your pay grade and mine. So we need to do the full appreciation.
Exactly.
We need to do the full appreciation. So Team UNOC, the board has shown support. Now we need to appreciate. Let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. They are still seated. Team UNOC, you know how we do it. You know how we do it. Please stand, stand, stand. Warm up, warm up, warm up. Warm up. So this is in appreciation of the board. Thank you so much for committing to support us. Thank you so much for looking out for us and putting pressure on us and lighting a fire under our seats, because that is how we move.
Thank you, Davis. I think I made...
If I do it wrongly.
Thank you so much, Director Ivan. Before we go to the health break, I also made some observations. Davis wanted me not to say things above my pay grade, but I think this one is in line with what I do. Catherine, I had CEO mention that she had 3 assignments when she came in. Women in Energy, Alliance, and Center of Excellence. And you're seated next to Uncle Emma. We're in appraisal period. CEO has achieved her targets. What are we waiting for? I think you can clap for the CEO. I see some good things ahead. So we are going to go to a health break for 2 minutes. I will request us to stand up, stretch, say hi and give a smile to that person you haven't in just 2 minutes before we go to the minds that have brought us this far, the innovations that we've reached. For those who may want to pick a bite, please pick something.
As
Uganda's
the sole
upstream
importer
oil
of
drilling
biofuel
campaigns
products
at
in
Tenga
Uganda,
and Kingfisher
UNOC drives the
generate vast
nation's
volumes
downstream
of
energy
critical
supply
operation
chain.
data.
But
But without
managing
a centralized
communication across a
system,
massive
processing
network of
this
oil
information
marketing
was
companies
slow,
through
manual,
informal
and
channels
inconsistent,
creates friction,
limiting our
delayed
ability to
responses,
make timely,
lack of tracking,
data-driven
and
decisions.
siloed data.
Introducing
the
PetraCloud
NPC
Drill Site,
OMC feedback
UNOC's
platform,
internally
a
developed
real-time
digital drilling
AI-powered digital
analytics and
system
performance monitoring
designed by the
platform.
National Pipeline
Drill
Company.
Site consolidates
It transforms
multi-source
how
data
UNOC
into
and
a robust
OMCs
automated
collaborate,
ecosystem.
bringing structure, speed, and intelligence to issue resolution. With structured issue categorization and automated priority routing, critical matters are immediately escalated. OMCs can log feedback via voice or text on both mobile and web, while role-based access keeps account managers and executives aligned in real time. Powering this platform is a robust analytics dashboard.
We have a fuel truck stuck at the northern checkpoint. Request immediate rerouting.
By detecting trends and benchmarking performance, UNOC moves from reactive troubleshooting to proactive supply chain optimization, ensuring absolute accountability and traceability for every single drop. The NPC OMC feedback platform, replacing manual processes with scalable intelligence to guarantee energy security, operational excellence, and stronger partnerships across Uganda. NPC, digitally advanced, customer-oriented.
Uganda National Oil Company.
Come war, we have made sure that Uganda is supplied with fuel. But in performing that function, our biggest shareholder, the people who get you that fuel, the companies who get you that fuel are the OMCs. You do not get your fuel from UNOC, you get that fuel from your favorite petrol station. And we interact with these OMCs in ways. We make sure they get the supply, but in getting that supply, a lot of issues, the same way we do business, come up. And we have faced a lot of challenges in handling from OMCs. What we have developed or are developing the OMC feedback platform. This OMC feedback platform is designed to allow us to serve our customers much, much better, much more efficiently, much more quickly by wherever and however they are. This platform will be accessible online on our website as an app and as through you able to go to your phone, type a USSD code that you want UNOC to address with you. Do you want to open up an account with UNOC? Do you want to receive your documentation? Do you have a question? You will be able to submit your query. This platform will be able to automatically route your query to someone internally in UNOC who will be able to serve you. It will be able to give you real-time notification and interactivity, the same way you interact with various organizations. If I have a problem, I submit it to the platform. The issue is routed to Aaron. Aaron can get back to you in real time. I have been assigned your problem. These are the steps we are taking. We need this information, or we need you to provide us this or that in order to resolve the issue. You can then give feedback and interact with the customer and make sure that their issue is handled. This is a platform developed by Ugandans for Uganda. We have the members of the AI Studio Uganda. Please stand up for recognition. Thank you. And we are working on this issue, on this platform, to make it start with the OMCs. But one very exciting thing about it is that it is scalable. It is scalable to all that UNOC deals with. So we will make it work, and then we'll be able to roll it out to the rest of the organization so that we interact with our customers in a digital and AI-empowered method. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aaron. Indeed, that's an elephant, eaten piece by piece. I think we need to appreciate them for what they are doing for us as a country. When you look at what was happening in the world, there were a lot of fears that would run dry of certain aspects. And that's our fuel. But these guys have done it. And they are now taking it ahead by taking us to a platform. So I want us to appreciate them wholeheartedly for their efforts. Rashid and your team, we really appreciate. Okay, so we are going to the next innovation idea, and that's FAMES. I happen to be one of the beneficiaries of FAMES because it sits where I sit. So Catherine, I want to thank you for having led this innovation. Let's hear from Edrin.
Managing facilities across an entire organization used to mean facing a complex web of slow resolutions, untracked costs, and frustrated teams. Without a structured platform, managing facilities across an entire organization used to mean facing a complex web of slow resolutions, untracked costs, and frustrated teams. Without a structured platform, maintenance and planning was a constant challenge. Introducing FAMES, the internally championed digital platform transforming how UNOC reports, tracks, and resolves facilities issues. It brings structure, transparency, and full cost visibility from submission to resolution. With a simple interface accessible from any device, FAMES automates task assignments, sends real-time status notifications, and tracks performance metrics against rigorous service level agreements. The results speak for themselves. In a 4-week pilot processing real facilities issues, FAMES achieved 100% user accessibility, 84% SLA conformance, and delivered full transparency with asset cost reporting. FAMES proves that innovation isn't about complexity, it's about solving real problems intelligently. Ready for organization-wide rollout, FAMES is empowering every employee and driving operational accountability.
Uganda National Oil Company.
The chairman, the EXCO members, colleagues, good morning. My name is Edrin Ashaba, Manager Administration in the HR department. I will add ISO certified company, but I need all of us not to just copy and paste, but know what certifications we got. Because you will say ISO certified company and they will ask, Which one? So let's not just copy and paste. Before FAMES, if you asked a simple question, how much are we spending on maintaining a particular asset, it would be difficult to answer. But now, in a split of a second, we can be able to tell. That's the transformation FAMES has brought to the administration function. Before I begin, allow me to sincerely thank CEO and management championing the Peak Innovation Campaign, which created an environment where staff were encouraged to challenge status quo, think differently, develop innovative solutions to everyday business challenges. The many that the initiative brought, and we are grateful for the leadership that made this possible. Every innovation begins with a problem, and ours was not different. A few years ago, we had very many challenges in terms of issue resolution. Staff would only tell you the problem that they have through email, verbal communication, or even a text. So it was difficult for them to trace whether you're following up, whether it's being worked on, how long it's going to take, what the status is. So at the same time, we struggled to identify recurring faults because there was no mode of tracking. Monitor contractor performance, determine how much we're spending on maintaining individual assets. So simply put, we're just fixing problems, but not managing them strategically. Rather than accepting these challenges, we asked ourselves, how do we make facilities management more efficient, more transparent, and more accountable? This single question gave birth to what was then called Facilities Issue Management System in 2022, and that was the first presentation at the Peak Challenge. So we started small. The objective was not to build a sophisticated software application, but to determine whether technology could simplify our work, improve service delivery, and provide management with better information for decision making. The pilot exceeded our expectations. Staff were able to report issues electronically. Maintenance requests were assigned to responsible officers, and staff would see who has been assigned. Users received updates throughout the resolution process, and for the first time were able to generate meaningful reports on response times, service level performance, and the maintenance costs, and even the recurring failures. Those early results demonstrated that the concept could work. Encouraged by the success of the pilot and with support of management, we expanded into what now is known as Facilities, Assets, and Issue Management System. We deliberately introduced the aspect of assets because we wanted to tag each maintenance cost to a particular asset so that we are able to tell how much you've spent on that asset, what is the life cycle costing on that asset, what is the value, to enable you make a decision. And most importantly, retain all this information for future planning and investment decisions. The impact has been significant. This year alone, FAMES has successfully managed 60 maintenance requests through the system. 50 have already fully been resolved, giving us 83% resolution. Service level agreement stands at 88, and in the category of building and furniture-related issues, we have achieved 100% resolution. Perhaps most encouraging is that rectification performance has improved by more than 60% in just 6 months. These are not just statistics that we are presenting. They represent service delivery, stronger accountability, and better operational performance. One of the biggest milestones in this journey came recently when management approved the administration guidelines, making FAMES the official platform for reporting and managing all administration-related issues. The benefits: first is service delivery. You're able to track where your issue is, who is dealing your issue, how long it will take. Secondly, accountability. Every maintenance activity is now traceable. Responsibilities assigned, response times are measurable and contractor performance can be monitored. Thirdly, which is the most interesting for me, is financial management. FEMS has strengthened the financial management. Before FEMS, maintenance expenditure was largely viewed as just repair costs. Today, each shilling is linked to an asset. And during this reporting period that I'm talking about, FEMS has tracked approximately 54 million in maintenance expenditures and repairs. This gives management ability to analyze the maintenance trends, compare repair costs against asset values, evaluate contractor performance, and make evidence-based decisions. So instead of asking how much do we spend on maintenance, now we ask how much have we spent maintaining this specific asset? And does continued repair make financial sense? Or what is the next step? Lastly, FEMS has enabled data-driven decision-making. Instead of relying on assumptions, which we used to do, we have now credible information that can be traced, tracked. We have identified recurring failures as an example. For those that have noticed, we have now extended our warranty period from 6 months to some places 2 years and 1 year. Why? Because we're able to observe in the 8th or 9th month, whatever has been supplied begins to fail. I don't know whether they would time after the warranty and then you have to bring them back, but now they have a 2-year period and it is maintenance free. So even the suppliers are able to supply you something they are sure about. So it is a change in culture that has been introduced. We have moved from reacting to problems after they occur to proactively managing our facilities using information, data, and evidence. In my view, this is true meaning of innovation. Innovation is not just about introducing technology. Innovation is about solving business problems better than we did yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, our journey on FEMS is not complete. Our vision is to continue enhancing FEMS through QR asset tagging, mobile inspections, preventive maintenance scheduling, contract management, executive dashboards, integration with procurement and finance systems so that we are able to see when the asset comes in, it is tagged, it's entered into FEMS system, and at the first time it is being maintained, you can track and how long you have used that asset. So with this will allow UNOC move from reactive maintenance to predictive asset management. As I close, FEMS has shown us that some of the best innovations do not necessarily come from expensive software and external consultants. They come from understanding our own business challenges and empowering our own people to solve the problems. Thank you, management and CEO, for the work that you have done. I thank you.
Thank you, Adrian. I think, Sandra, I think when you're doing the scorecard for Chief Operations, you now need to tell her that you need to also get the ISO Innovation Certification. Because the things people are saying, I think we are ready. CEO, do you get the feeling that we are starting to move in that direction? So thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the next innovation story is special. And what makes it special is that it's a bit different. It's a bit different. The story is a story that started with one of our partners, UPIC. What you're going to see next is a story around the CEO had gone on a visit to UPIC. UPIC were doing an exhibition, and she saw these young girls. I assure you, when they come up front, you'll agree they are the youngest in the room. Yeah? And they had an idea. She listened, as innovators do. And she said, no, this is an idea that UNOC can buy into. So the next innovation is a story around something that UNOC and UPIC are committed to doing.
Fuel water through condensation and flooding. If left unchecked, this leads to critical corrosion, fuel contamination, and severe safety risks. Traditional manual dewatering is slow, labor-intensive, and prone to human error. Introducing the Automated Dewatering System, or ADS, Uganda's first locally developed automated solution by UNOC. Built on a highly mobile skid, it pairs a precision Vega conductivity sensor with an intelligent PLC. It responds within just 3 seconds of water detection, safely draining up to 5 liters in seconds. The impact is immediate. ADS saves over 3 minutes per truck, boosting terminal efficiency by processing an entire extra tanker every shift. It delivers a near 30% return on investment with a 9-month payback period, all at a 70% lower capital cost than international equivalents. Conceived and engineered in-house by UNOC in collaboration with UPIC students, ADS eliminates manual handling risks entirely. This is practical, scalable innovation strengthening operational control and positioning UNOC as a leader in the East African energy sector.
Uganda National Oil Company.
Recognize the presence of our chairperson of the board, and in a special way appreciate the CEO for her commitment to nurturing talent. Yes. So, and every one of you, especially members of UNOC who have supported us. We've had support from various sections, finance, HSE. HSE has been a very big supporter of our innovation. So, just to give you a heads up, I'm Tamkede Morris Sally. I'm a terminal officer in UNOC. I sit in Jinja, that's why many of you don't see me around the head office. But we do work on behalf of UNOC in Jinja. And with me are team leaders, because I would like to recognize that our team has only leaders. I'm just a facilitator of my fellow leaders here. On this side is Brenda Nagadia, a student of UPIC, who is a serious contributor to this innovation. And then Letitia Twizere. Letitia Twizere is also a student of UPIC and a serious contributor to this innovation. Yes. And their supervisor, Joshua Otolim, who is the brain, what I would call the brain behind this entire scientific operation. Yes, so me, I'm just a facilitator. I make sure the three brains come together and do great things. So just to give you a heads up of our innovation, picture a scenario for those who have been in Jinja. A truck comes in, then it parks. We do the vetting. Lynette is very familiar with the vetting. And once it is in, we give one of our operatives a long road like this, hollow section, with what we call water finder pest. So they climb up the truck, open the compartment, and then start dipping. Put here, and then they check, because the whole purpose of water finder pest is to change color when there is water. So they keep moving compartment to compartment. So if we find water, we now move down. The same operative or another operative moves down. They open the valves carefully so that they don't drain so much. So they drain some into one of those drums. And after draining into one of those drums, we wait. We wait, see if there is water. We wait, you know, water, the water settles at the bottom, and then the fuel is on top. And after that, we skim off some. so that we can have water, the remaining mixture, taken to the interceptor. Yes, even just listening to the entire story is tedious. You can agree. Yes. So what this team has come up with is a simple solution. Basically, we are doing what we call the principle of conservation of energy. So we are replacing glucose, which is the manual labor, with a functioning system, which basically does the seeing and also does the draining in an interval of about 3 seconds. So with that, our personnel at Ginger Storage Terminal and other terminals can utilize the remaining time which we have saved for personal development, which personal development is also important for us, as you know, and even for the environment, because usually the skimming is not as effective as a system that does it automatically. So us pouring some fuel into the interceptor, and then we wait, then we have some molecules into the environment. So that is, basically that's the whole thing. We want to replace a manual system of moving around, climbing and going in all places with just a simple skid with a tube and a sensor. So I wouldn't want to say a lot of things out. Let me allow team leader number 1, Joshua Otolim, to give us the scientific aspects, and then I will allow Brenda to tell us how much we shall be saving. Thank you.
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Otolim Joshua, a lecturer at Uganda Petroleum Institute, Chigumba. Currently, I used to be the students project leader at that institute, and at that time, that's when I interacted with the students with the idea. So I gave them support. We enhanced the idea, and here we are. And maybe just before I could give the technicalities, I would just also try to give an idea of my institute, Uganda Petroleum Institute, Chigumba. So myself, I come from the instrumentation department. So our department offers training in process automation. So it provides the training across the value chain, be it in the upstream, be it on the midstream, or the downstream. So we look at we study process measurements, and we also study process control. Now with these two, you can have process automation. So the idea that the students have is also close to process automation. And I think I'll invite Letitia to at least give that brief technicalities, because I don't want to exhaust it. Yes, Letitia.
Thank you so much. I would like to correct Mr. Morris that we are no longer students of Uganda Petroleum Institute because we graduated last year. Okay, about the automated dewatering system, what usually happens is manual dewatering, which takes a lot of time. So with automation, we are able to save 3.4 minutes, and then that also results into processing of an extra truck that is about 35,000 to 40,000 liters. So with that, we are able to increase the throughput and also improve on the efficiency of the terminal. If at all the project works the way we have automated it to be, because we have been carrying out research and collecting raw data on how we can make this stand out, if at all it does what we have set it to do, we can create the same system for fuel storage tanks at the terminal, and we can also create the same system for underground storage tanks at the petrol stations. I would not like to exhaust everything, but also give my colleague an opportunity to say something about our project.
Good morning to us all. Nagadia Brenda. We came up with this idea, and I'm really glad that we've come this far. At the beginning, it's always not easy to find someone that could help you bring out your idea to the public. You realize that not every company is willing to invest in an idea that you're bringing on paper. So for us, the innovators, it really becomes a challenge. And I really hope that this Center of Excellence that UNOC is setting up comes up as a route any innovator would use to at least get to be known, publish their idea, because we've really had some rough time trying to find who exactly would help us bring this idea on board. To talk about the automated watering system, it is a system that will help enhance the terminal operations. If we look at also the service companies, we shall be able to help them, because when you look at petrol stations, they also face this challenge, leaving alone the terminals. So if UNOC takes up this project, it means it will take the lead to providing this solution to those other service companies that will come in because they have a problem, and you, the company, you have the solution. And to go ahead to give you a brief about the technicality of the automated watering system, the system works on a brain. It's a program that is put into a system that will interpret the codes you've put in to run the way you would want. So for the service providers or for any company that would want to do away with water ingress in your daily fuel operations, here comes the automated watering system that will solve the problem within 3 seconds of detection. Thank you so much.
Yes, you can see the enthusiasm of the team. At first, it was me supposed to speak, but the energy was too much, so I had to let all the members, because everyone is enthused about this. And just as a final word, this team is in the process of being onboarded in UNOC as graduate trainees so that they can further this operation. So it's on that note that we request fast tracking so that we can proceed to have this become a reality. Thank you so much.
One thing I've learned about very bright people, they speak softly because they're speaking substance. So when you see some of us that are noisemakers, you put question marks. You need to ask your neighbor, what have you read on the pillar next to you? Ale, we put money in this thing. And people, can you imagine? We need to do a temperature check. Anthony, where are you? Ask Arnold there. Ask Arnold. I see Arnold. Ask Arnold any quote he remembers from the pillars.
Arnold, the microphone is here.
I think I'm cheating because my line of sight is just directly next to the pillar. But I think the last quote was innovation would sustain the longevity of the company, paraphrased.
Yeah. Okay, so those pillars are just, to tease your minds and just remind you about the possibilities if you think different. Okay, so up next we are switching it up a bit. We've told so many videos. Now we want to give you an experience. Allow us to invite up front the corporate affairs team, led by Laura, to talk us through this VR experience.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Laura Sezi. I'm with the Corporate Affairs Department. A few other members are hiding behind there, but they are working. So I thought I would first maybe introduce what CA does. I know most of you know, but just to summarize it, we are in charge of managing UNOC's reputation externally and internally. We also manage the stakeholder relationships for UNOC. And lastly, we communicate on behalf of the company. So, in the midst of our work and one of Davis's exercises, we quickly established that one of the fundamental challenges we had was explaining to people these projects and these processes that UNOC has. UNOC is involved in over 10 massive projects, each of them complex, to put it lightly. So we started brainstorming about how we can explain to people in a way that is not just presentations and brochures. They were boring. And the process, and what we're trying to teach people was very technical. But also we said, how can we make the company money in the process? I know that's what Emma wants to hear. So we came up with the UNOC Virtual Reality Center. This will be a center where people can come, external people, internal people, and experience the projects in a world that we will create, a 3D world, where it feels like you're in the place itself, or you're seeing like you're there. Also, it will be able to show people processes that are not visible to the eye, like what's underground. We can show you what's happening there in a way that's easier to understand. The Virtual Reality Center will also be for training people. It will be easier to explain certain processes and systems when you can see them for yourself. And it will also save the company money in all the trips we take, taking all these stakeholders. I think on average we get maybe 30 requests a month for people wanting to visit the Graben and see all these projects. So yeah, long story short, we have a VR experience here today. Allow me, Asen, maybe let me bring the headset in front. Director Lule, can I invite you to experience the first project that we've uploaded? It is the journey of fuel, how it starts and how it gets to us. He will see, he will be at the terminal, he will be on the streets, he will see it for himself. It's okay. We will also be viewing on the screen, so you can also see, but I must warn you that how it looks on the screen is very different from how it looks in the headset. So after the director sees for maybe a minute or two, I'll ask any 2 volunteers to also come and experience it, and we will have the headset available as the day goes on for anyone who wants to come and see Uganda's fuel journey. So Director Lule, allow me to invite you in front. Yeah. So it's a bit, if you're experiencing this for the first time, it's a bit overwhelming, but we are here to steady you. Don't be worried. It might feel like you're falling or, you know. So the plan, we experimented with the fuel journey first, but we plan on uploading so many projects. All the projects that we are involved in will be in the center. Your investors, Madame Prosi and Emma, will be able to come and see these projects firsthand instead of presentations and written text. Abe, will it be on the screen? We need to cast it. Maybe I give it.
That's view, it's that page. There's nothing there for now. Then there's a ship that has come. Do you want to be on the microphone? Or? Okay.
So the microphone is now on.
So those of you who are on this ship.
He's seeing a sheep.
Yeah, we are back in the streets again. Rubies.
Could we please cast what he's seeing on the screen? So maybe.
We are seeing vehicles of fuel products. This looks like ginger, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is I think where we receive the product from, if I'm not mistaken, still. Now I'm inside a truck. What is that? Okay, that's power also.
Okay.
Yeah, the trucks are moving. We are back on the ground, I think. Back in the vehicle again, looking at the trucks.
We're going to ask 2 more volunteers who also want to take, because it's a long video, he's going to watch it a short distance, then.
This looks like we are at KPC. It's in Kenya now.
But you use the mic there.
And I think we have entered the facility, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like a jetty. It's a jetty. I see some pipes connecting to... we are back to office. Control room. And we are again back to the sea. We are now flying over a city. I don't know what city this one is.
It's not Kampala.
I'm not so sure. Now we are in Jinja. We have already left the city. We are now at, is it Jinja? Okay, Jinja.
Forgive me, we're facing a technical glitch. It should have been casting.
Okay, so I see some lagoons on the other side. And we have storage facilities here. So we have reached Jinja.
Yeah. So, Director, allow me just ask you what your experience was like. Maybe you could share it. Does it feel real? Does it look like what it looks like in real life?
Yeah, I think this will work even for the ministers. You know, they had a very short visit there. So for the parts they were not able to see, I think they can see while they're on bus. The experience was that you're really there. You're really there. It is so clear, it's so discreet. And I call it altitude. The way it was positioning me, it's like I'm really climbing up and down, and so you really feel you're actually there. So it was a good experience.
I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, that's okay. So, any 2 volunteers who, or should I just pick? Someone who wants to try it? Okay, not Davis. Okay, I'm just going to pick. Who is Felix? Talent you want? Please. I'm going to hold this. Will you try and describe what you're doing?
First, let me show you this. Look at this. When you point, you'll see a white dot. Point at play. Point at play and press play.
Yeah. Is it playing? Is it playing? Maybe you first put on the headset and
It
try
is
to
on.
hear.
Is it on?
It's on?
Look left and right. What do you see?
Yeah, I'm giving you the mic now.
I'm still trying to play. Should I help you?
Let him help you because time is going. Should he help you? Sorry.
It's playing. Put the mic on him. It's not playing yet.
Yeah. Okay, there is a badge right now. I think it's delivering fuel. Yeah. Wow. This is a good. Yeah, it's a jetty. I'm seeing a jetty and a barge was docking to deliver fuel. Right now I'm in some working space office. I'm seeing officers who are trying to support the delivery. I'm looking at the storage terminal and a town center where people are passing and trucks are moving. Yeah. This is a good immersion into what happens because, oh wow. Yeah, this is a whole visual of what you'd see on ground when you're not there, because people are walking, trucks are moving, they are delivering fuel, they are waiting at the terminal.
Okay, I think that's okay. Good.
And you can fall.
Thank you, Talent. So, ladies and gentlemen, the set will be available for anyone, but just allow me to remind you of why this project is extremely important. It will, like you've seen, help people visualize projects and processes. It will help us demonstrate projects that don't exist yet, projects that are still engineering drawings. It will help us in training staff. We'll save money. We don't have to always send people. We can bring the experiences to us. And I really think it can also help us use the center as a way of preserving institutional knowledge. We can record things. People won't know what these projects looked like now. They'll think they were always above ground, but we can always take them back and show them where we've come from. We can show them early exploration, discovery, commissioning, and all that. But for me and my role, mostly this will strengthen UNOC's brand because it will really position us as an innovative, forward-thinking company. So thank you for your time. Feel free to come use the headset at the back.
Thank you, Cop. I want to use the Talent's experience and Director Ivan's experience. I think when Director was speaking, he was speaking of lagoons and what and what. And when Talent was speaking, he was, yeah, this is good work. I think okay? That means it has reached. So far. We want to have the next from upstream. I can see Phillips is excited. Okay. Anita, you're most welcome. Have for
Uganda's upstream oil drilling campaigns at Tilenga and Kingfisher generate vast volumes of critical operational data. But without a centralized system, processing this information was slow, manual, and inconsistent, limiting our ability to make timely, data-driven decisions. Introducing Petra Cloud Drill Site, UNOC's internally developed digital drilling analytics and performance monitoring platform. Drill Site consolidates multi-source data into a robust automated ecosystem, evolving from simple Excel sheets to an advanced Power BI-driven system. Drill Site utilizes cutting-edge PDF data conversion tools. It delivers real-time drilling performance monitoring, automated data extraction, and structured reporting ready for board-level insights. The impact? Substantially reduced processing times, enhanced reporting transparency, and built internal capacity. By managing our upstream data end-to-end, UNOC reduces reliance on external consultants, driving the future of Uganda's energy sector independently.
Uganda National Oil Company.
The board director, the CEO, EXCO members present, colleagues and guests, good morning. I am Anita Atuhaire, a graduate petroleum engineer in the upstream department at UNOC, an ISO certified company. The Tilenga and Kingfisher development projects involve multiple wells, drilling rigs, and other operational activities happening concurrently, such as drilling and production. As a non-operating joint venture, UNOC has the mandate to effectively oversee these operations, such as drilling and production. How would you manage an ever-increasing operational activity reports that you do not have a centralized database to monitor, track, and report on? This was the case when we started drilling operations. The team would receive daily drilling reports in a PDF format. The team had to manually review, interpret, and also prepare reports for the management. This process was time-consuming, repetitive, and prone to very many inconsistencies. It also limited timely access to historical data and made it difficult to obtain a consolidated view of the drilling operations across the two projects. To address this challenge, management initiated the procurement of an off-the-shelf drilling monitoring solution. This was approximately 3.7 billion, but at the time, it was not financed due to funding constraints. Emma remembers that very well. Faced with the need to visibly monitor the drilling operations, the drilling team developed the Drill Site tool. This is an in-house tool for tracking and monitoring joint venture activities. The initiative subsequently merged as the Best Under the Now initiative at the Peak Friday event that was held on 18th October 2024. Drill Site is accessible on mobile devices and also on computers. As you can see on my phone here, I can easily monitor, and this enables users to continuously monitor drilling operations and key performance indicators from anywhere. The value of the initiative extended beyond drilling operations. Currently, as the Tilenga and Kingfisher projects move into the production phase, UNOC will require integrated digital capabilities to monitor production performance, facility operations, production deferment, costs, and other key performance indicators. This informed the development of the UNOC Petra Cloud. This is a unified upstream monitoring platform intended to integrate drilling operations, production, cost monitoring, and other relevant operational functions. The drilling and cost tools are already functional, and the team is currently developing the production tool. What has been the impact of this innovation? DrillSite has significantly improved the efficiency and quality of drilling operations, monitoring. Information that previously required several hours to interpret and review before making reports can now be done within minutes for board management reports. This has reduced the time spent on the repetitive data compilation and allowed engineers to focus on technical analysis, risk identification, and operational assurance. The tool has also delivered the following benefits: improved visibility of the Tilenga and Kingfisher development drilling activities through a single platform, fast identification and escalation of challenges to management, more consistent and standardized reporting to management, easier access to historical drilling information and performance trends, improved comparison for performance across rigs, wells, and projects, enhanced institutional knowledge and continuity. There is also sustainability and future application. What has been our overall success? With an investment of approximately 25 million Ugandan shillings, which has been spent on capacity building of the staff, the company has developed a fully operational solution that addressed an immediate business need, potentially saving the company 3.7 billion Ugandan shillings that was supposed to be procured for the off-the-shelf drilling monitoring solution. This has also strengthened operational oversight and built internal capability for future digital solutions. DrillSite therefore demonstrates the value of cost optimization, innovation, staff empowerment, and sustainable digital transformation, while providing a strong foundation for the broader PetroCloud vision. On behalf of the upstream team, I would like to thank management for creating an environment where innovation is encouraged, and for the board for your continued support and to help us build smarter and more efficient ways in delivering more value for UNOC. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. And I think for the court, we are going to give them a standing ovation. Because 0.7 billion, really. I think these guys have saved us money. Okay, so next innovation, and it's coming from we are going to have Boniface Emalu. We'll begin with the video, then you will take the floor. Most welcome.
Treated, it creates major environmental, health, and energy challenges, just as energy and fertilizer costs continue to rise. Introducing UNOC Decarb, an innovative initiative for turning waste into clean, affordable bioenergy. Animal, kitchen, and crop waste are fed into a biodigester, where natural microorganisms break them down. This process produces two valuable resources: biogas for clean cooking energy and biofertilizer for healthier, more productive soils. What was once waste becomes a sustainable solution for the family and the farm. The biofertilizer enriches the soil, helping crops grow stronger and produce better harvests. At the same time, the biogas powers the family's kitchen, providing clean, affordable cooking energy. From a single source of waste, the family grows more food, saves money, and creates a more sustainable future. With design specifications underway, UNOC Decarb is paving the way for a cleaner, self-sustaining future for Ugandan communities and institutions.
The members of the board,
members of the executive committee, fellow innovators, and staff. Good morning. I wonder if any of us remembers the first innovation idea that URHC presented. It was hilarious. It was hilarious because it was sort of a skit. It was a skit, and we dramatized, and everybody laughed. But we've come a long way. And today, I'll have the opportunity to present to you the UNOC Decarb initiative, which was birthed out of the 2024 Peak Innovation Challenge, in which URHC emerged the overall winner. So, talk about the idea. We are at a point in KIP where we ramping up efforts to market the park. And so as we market the park, we'll certainly experience increase in industrial activity. And together, along with that will come increased population in the park. We're estimating that by 2030, at the end of phase one development of KIP, we'll have 10,000 people in the park. Now, the combined effect of industrial activity and population increase will generate significant quantities of waste. And that's where our idea comes in. So we estimate that by 2030, we'll generate 4,000 tons of waste per year in KIP. So how do we deal with this problem? Do we go the traditional way? Traditionally in Uganda, we collect waste and dispose in a landfill. But we know from the experience of Kitezi and other existing landfills that landfills have told us we are not sustainable. Landfills are no longer sustainable because with landfills come the challenges of increased emission of methane gas, which is known to cause global warming. Air pollution. For those of you who have been to KST, for example, there's a new landfill there by KCCA. And when you go there, the environment is not pleasant at all. Landfills also have a challenge that they require large pieces of land. And in KIP, we do not have, we have land, but we want to make money from the land. We don't want to have land which is just for managing waste. The landfills also have a challenge of leachate matter leaking into the soil and the water. So all these challenges, if not dealt with, will pose a significant challenge, a significant threat to the populations around the park, as well as the ecosystems. So to tackle this head-on, the URHC team came up with a UNOC Decarb idea. So this UNOC Decarb idea is a zero positions KIP as a zero waste to landfill industrial park, and it consists of automated processes which involve collection of waste, automated sorting and segregation. Then we mix this organic waste with sewage slurry, and then we will have this generating biogas through anaerobic respiration. So that's basically how the system will work. So far from the time we came up with this idea, we have moved. I'm glad to report that we've moved. Our technical team visited several existing similar plants. We visited one at UCU, We visited one at Scowl, and then another one at National Water and Sewerage Corporation. So, and indeed, when you go on ground, you see that this is a practical solution which delivers real results. So after visiting these facilities, our team did some preliminary analysis and determined that this system will bring many major benefits to UNOC. The first of which is up to 30% reduction in carbon emissions. And this is important for us because we are striving to be a net zero emitter. So if we are able to reduce part of our carbon footprint, that's a big plus for us. This solution also gives us the benefit of avoiding landfill costs. The maintenance of landfills is costly because you have to deal with the waste on a daily basis. And this project, we're also looking at delivering biogas to the communities around the park. When you go to KIP, those of you who have been there, which I believe most of us have, you'll notice that there's a significant amount of deforestation going on by the community in the park. When I first joined UNOC, when I started working in KIP, we had big trees in KIP. But over time, these have been cut down. Now, this solution, this innovative solution, will solve part of that problem. Because if we deliver biogas to these communities, they are able to have an alternative to biomass fuel, which is a big plus for us. Because then, even the trees that we are planting in KIP, if we do not engage such solutions, those trees will eventually be cut by the same communities. So this project has significant benefit. The other benefit to the community is that we are planning to charge some minimal fee in exchange for the high nutrient fertilizer that will be generated from this plant. And that money is not necessarily targeting on profit, but to maintain the plant running. And so if we are able to provide this biofertilizer to the communities, we will see increase in household incomes, we will see increase in agricultural productivity, we will see improved standards of living in the communities around KIP, and this is significant because when you go down to the people down there, then you'll be able to appreciate that this solution will be able to uplift their livelihood. Finally, this solution also has the benefit of generating revenue. It has a revenue generation potential through biogas, if we sell it, biofertilizer, and also carbon credits. So the challenge before us is that inevitably, KIP will generate waste. And the UNOC decarb ensures that this waste does not become an environmental and financial liability to us, but it becomes a source of energy security, food security for the communities, and revenue for UNOC, while simultaneously positioning the KIP project and UNOC as leaders in sustainable industrial development, and therefore advancing UNOC's decarbonization and ESG commitments. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Team URHC, represented by Boniface. So we're coming towards the long-awaited launch moment. Energy in the room is low. How do we launch with low energy? Yeah? So just to get your energy up, we need to, we're going to show you, the man has been talking about this being part, Boniface was talking about this being part of a bigger KIP dream, okay? So in about 1 minute, we'll show you what the KIP dream is.
innovation can catalyze community change, but if you want to, you have to accelerate value-driven innovation to 10 times business impact.
Most people think that the biggest risk to UNOC is a bad investment decision. I used to think that too. The bigger risk, though, is a good idea that we never funded, because we will never know what it would have been worth. That's the risk we are finally closing today.
Paving.
Karibu welcomes you. Best Industrial Park by Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC.
If you're at UNOC and you think small, that is on you. And the company will move past you. Okay. So as we get up to the launch moment, let's have the innovators, everyone who was on stage, please come up quickly. The innovators, Maurice, come up quickly. We need to. Everyone who was on stage, Maurice with your team, Anita, Boniface, please move quickly, move quickly. Move quickly. Laura, please move to the center quickly. That's okay, please. Okay. Yeah. So, members of EXCO, please join them. Join them for the photo moment. Please take your seats.
This is you. This is our home. This is our. This is our home. You leading the leading the way. We've been waiting and preparing. Now we are ready. Beginnings from beneath. Progress and prosperity, national pride and empowering communities. You know.
Dr. Ivan and EXCO, remain behind, please.
We've been waiting and now we are beginnings from beneath our own home soil. There's a rising energy. Ugandan oil. Ugandan oil. Ugandan This is Uganda. This is our home. This is our future.
Please don't abandon.
Leading the way. UNOC is leading.
So we are.
And we are ready.
for
UNOC is leading the way. We've been waiting and preparing. On home soil, there's a raw energy. Ugandan power. Ugandan power.
Most people think that,
Innovation. Innovation can catalyze community change, but if you want to, you have to accelerate value-driven innovation to 10 times business impact.
most people think that the biggest risk to UNOC is a bad investment decision. I used to think that too.
Innovation can catalyze community change, but if you want to, you have to accelerate value-driven innovation to 10 times business impact.
Most people think that the biggest risk to UNOC is a bad investment decision. I used to think that.
Can catalyze community change, but if you want to, you have to accelerate value-driven innovation. Can catalyze community change, but if you want to, you have to accelerate value-driven innovation to 10 times business impact.
Most people think that the biggest risk to UNOC is a bad investment decision. I used to think that too. The bigger risk, though, is a good idea that we never fund it. Because we will never know what it would have been worth. That's the risk we are finally closing today.
Paving the way for a cleaner, self-sustaining future for Ugandan communities and institutions.
Turning waste into clean, affordable energy.
Empowering every employee and driving operational accountability.
Reducing processing time, increasing transparency, and driving the future of Uganda's energy sector independently.
True innovation starts with solving the problems that matter the most, those draining time, cost, safety, and strategic value across the organization.
Prioritizes initiatives that deliver value now while building capabilities, resilience, and strategic advantages for the next decade.
Prioritizes innovations that build sovereign reusable capabilities, strengthening UNOC's leadership, strategic independence, and long-term competitive advantage.
Prioritize innovations that deliver memorable value within 6 to 24 months, can scale progressively and leverage accessible data. Partnership enables balancing near-term momentum with strong long-term impact.
By targeting high-impact recurring challenges, one solution can eliminate ongoing value leakage and create lasting results across projects, processes, and portfolios.
10 times impact, not 10 times activity.
Transforming innovation readiness into enterprise advantage.
Precise and accurate decisions on what to accelerate, scale, or stop.
Internal innovation capability.
Applied innovation and business value acceleration.
Open innovation.
From signal to scale value.
Portfolio.
Projects.
Process.
And people.
I have stopped asking if our staff can innovate. I have the answer. The question is how we can build to scale. How fast can we solve problems before others decide to solve those problems for us? We can't wait any longer. 10x is the answer.
So this is the official 10X logo. And the CEO has a praise for scientists in the room. Where are you? We want someone to tell us, to walk us through that logo. Why do you think the logo looks like that? Scientists in the room. Scientists in the room. Yeah. We are interested in this part. That is our interest. Scientists in the room. Mm-hmm. Who is winning the prize? Any scientists in the room, where are you?
Okay, I'm just making a guess. I've never seen the details of this, but I imagine you're showing an electricity bolt and then some perhaps atoms, but I'm not sure what your intention was, but it indicates innovation, materials, energy, and materials plus energy. That's what we need to get things done in life, right? So that's my interpretation as a scientist, engineer.
Thank you, Dr. Baiko. The beauty with adult education is every answer is correct. So we just keep building on it. Yes, Adita?
Okay, I'm seeing different brains put together to make one tool, an innovation tool, like different brains put in one tool to move forward faster.
Thank you, Edita. Now, we're making it easier. That's the power of collaboration. And it's why innovators must always collaborate. Now, I need a third brain. I need you to pick aspects from Dr. Michael's answer and aspects from Anita's answer. I'm looking for that third brain. Vanessa, you're in trouble. As the lawyer in the room.
Davis, there's a hand here.
There's a hand. Yes, Samantha.
I'll give it a shot. I see atoms coming together to create a powerful energy force that is 10 times great.
Wow. Okay. We are getting there. We are getting there. See, are we about to win the award? Almost. People, we did this award. We did this award. It is bonus season, Munyambi. Anyone adding something? Anyone adding something? I think we are there almost at 90%. Yeah? See where you want to.
I wasn't sure I was supposed to try, but yes, the thought process behind this was really among the things that all of you have mentioned. Electrons and molecules have to work together to power the energy system. There's no question about that. So it's electrons and molecules moving forward. That's why you're seeing that electrons and a molecule at the top driving progress. That's why it's leaning forward. And as a national oil company, we are contributors to the 10-fold GDP strategy as well. And interestingly, this came at a time when we were 10 years. The idea process was, what can we do at 10 years of UNOC to contribute to that progress that the country wants us to make? So it's electrons, molecules, powering progress, excellency, efficiency, and nothing short of that. That's really the basis of this logo.
Thank you, CEO. I think you can see, Catherine, okay. I saw there's someone from HR. I need to find out. Sandra, so the score, have we reached 4 yet? Sandra, we need to confirm that we are at 4 now. Okay. So before us is a commitment board. And I'm going to ask first the board chairperson to come and give us a commitment statement. So a commitment statement is really just I commit to, I pledge to, anything that you've seen the space, you've seen the dream, you've seen what you're trying to do, the simple steps you're trying to make, and any commitment that you make towards that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Engineer Ivan Lule. He says, we pledge to grow the hub. Huh. Emma, you're listening? CEO? As our vision bearer, who's been with us on this journey, we can see. Yes. I like this. Even the names are there. We are going to frame this in glass in this room, so that we can always carry it forward. Thank you, CEO. So CEO says, we commit to excellence as we create value for generations. Yeah. Now, you can do all of this, but if the money man says no, you're in trouble. So we have to get a commitment from the money man. Very clear. Ask and you shall receive. You know, for Emma to spend the money that it does, it needs to come from somewhere. And so we need to invite our businessman, the man who makes the money, the acting GM of NPC, Rashid. Mr. Business, when you take an idea to Rashid, he asks you, where is the business value? Thank you. NPC will continue making the money to support 10X. And it is written just next to ask and you shall receive. What a day. Yeah. So for us to continue to do this, we must do it safely. Because if we are not safe, then we are in trouble. Yeah. And as we do it safely, it's important that we get the resources and continue to procure them. Yeah. So we'll now invite our Chief Operating Officer to confirm that we are safe to go ahead and share her commitment to our innovation journey. Thank you. She says she's a dreamer. We pledge to dream with purpose and execute with excellence. We are moving. When you talk about execution, then you have to talk about the lifeblood of UNOC. And who better than upstream? The people that are tasked, the reason that we were created. Allow us to invite the GM upstream to commit to this innovation journey. Thank you, Phillips. Upstream is about excellence. We shall leave it. I think we are in very good company. Finally, we now will invite one of our big dreamers, the gentleman who always says, I have a lot of space. Come and innovate. Yeah. Dr. Michael, you're welcome. Thank you, Dr. Michael. It says, info TEDx growth, fearless UNOCAS, brave innovation, excellence in execution. Thank you, Dr. Michael. Now, I've been warned that if I do not invite corporate affairs, they will abandon the brand. So, Sarah, representing Tony. So we have turning bold ideas into impact together. Thank you, Corporate Affairs, for committing to the journey. Presentation for Marshall. Legal.
This is Uganda. This is our home. This is our future. This is our hope. UNOC is leading the way. UNOC is leading the way. We've been waiting and preparing. Now we are ready for new beginnings. From beneath our own home soil, there's a rising energy. Ugandan oil, our oil. Ugandan oil, our oil. Ugandan oil, our oil. Ugandan I see opportunity, progress and prosperity, national pride and legacy, empowering communities. UNOC is leading the way. UNOC is leading the way. We've been waiting and preparing. Now we are ready for new beginnings. From beneath our own home soil, there's a rising energy. Ugandan oil, our oil. Ugandan oil, our oil. Ugandan oil, our oil. Ugandan
Arnold says, think commercial, think exponentially, 10x in view. Anyone from HR? I'm so good demo too.
This is Uganda. This is our home. This is our future. This is our hope.
So,
UNOC
actually
is
says
leading the
enabling
way.
talent for the future.
UNOC is
Now we've
leading the way.
gotten commitments from everyone.
We've been waiting.
And as we come to the end, this will be framed.
We are ready for new
This will be framed and put in this room. Innovation sometimes can be a lonely place. So when we get into those lonely moments, we will come here and look at this and say, no, this, the one's commitment made. So we need to buy it. So as you see on the board, this space, as you see on the screen, just an idea of what this space will look like by the end of this year. This is what will look like. This space will be completely transformed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end, if you forget everything else you've had here today, please don't forget this. I'm not an MC, I'm also a UNOC employee. My name is Davis Alex Sebo, and I'm the manager of corporate innovation. CEO, with your innovation, we can clap to celebrate ourselves. The event is officially closed. Okay, so let's all rise. Let's all rise. And we have one thunderous.
This is Uganda. This is our home. This is our future. This is our hope. UNOC is leading the way.
team, as you exit, there are gifts for each and everybody at the exit.